Willy's Wonderland, a horror thriller, directed by Kevin Lewis, and also Nicolas Cage was one of the producers behind the film. So the movie follows the janitor, played by Nicolas Cage, and that's actually the name he goes by throughout the whole film, just the janitor. But after his car breaks down, in exchange for repairs, he agrees to clean up Willy's Wonderland, which is basically just one of those sketchy, off the main highway tourist attractions. But eventually the animatronic mascots within the attraction start to come to life, and Nicolas Cage is forced to kick all kinds of ass to survive the night. So before I get into this review and discuss this crazy ass movie, I want to sort of kind of give you guys a little bit of backstory on how this movie kind of came about. So Willy's Wonderland was originally supposed to be a short film called Wally's Wonderland, which it actually ended up being one, but for legal reasons they changed the name to Willy's Wonderland, and since G.O. Parsons, the screenwriter behind the film, was so unhappy with the short, he decided to pursue an actual feature-length film instead. And later it caught Nicolas Cage's attention, and now we are presented with this wonderful film. And of course, this is one of those things that's been talked about a lot, which are the similarities between this film and Five Nights at Freddy's, the game. The inspiration is definitely here, but I saw 3C Films' interview with G.O. Parsons, and his words were that it's more tied to the plays that he used to do back in the day, and more so inspired by films like The Puppet Master and Jack Frost. But come on. You know, we know what's up, and regardless of the similarities, I actually thought the film was okay. I mean, this film turned out to be basically what I expected it to be, just a low budget, crazy ass, off the wall Nicolas Cage film, and you know, that's pretty much what it is. And although the film is actually labeled as a horror thriller, it's definitely more of a horror comedy. And I've already seen a few reviews so far on the film, and it seems that a lot of people aren't too pleased with the fact that Nicolas Cage doesn't really say a whole lot throughout this movie. But honestly, you know, I was actually okay with that. I mean, I had just saw Prisoners of the Ghostland recently at Sundance, which was a decent movie as well. But I mean, I was cool with taking a break from all the Nicolas Cage yelling. To see him be quiet and just kind of be the silent deadly dude for a while, I thought it was refreshing. I thought it was cool. He was really just a nonchalant, zero fucks given, kicking everyone's ass, beat you in a staring contest every day of the week type of guy in this film. And for me personally, I knew for this movie that I would actually have to put aside the hardcore critique and, you know, just watch this movie and ride the wave, because it's not really the type of movie you take seriously. But with that being said, no matter how hard I tried to look over this one element of the film, it doesn't matter what I did, I could not get past the female lead's performance in this movie. Fuck, it was so bad. I mean, there were a lot of bad performances in this movie, but hers, man, it just stood out like a sore thumb. Shit, I don't know, maybe she was just nervous on set or something, but it was just a really terrible performance. I did enjoy the lore though behind the animatronics. I mean, it made enough sense to satisfy my brain's hunger for movie logic, but what truly got me through this movie was actually watching Nicolas Cage. Now, I could be wrong about this, and I'm sure if I am, you guys are gonna, you know, correct me down in the comments, but I think this is the only movie where Nicolas Cage is as entertaining as he is, but barely speaks a word. And if I'm being honest, I really didn't miss his dialogue in this movie, and it's probably because the comedy elements in the movie feeds off the fact that his character never really speaks. And it even gets to the point where the characters in the movie start to point it out, and it sort of becomes a running joke, and I really like that. And for the animatronics and CGI elements of the movie, no comment. I mean, hey, at least the cinematography and editing was good enough to cut away at the right moments. That way the audience doesn't really get too caught up in scrutinizing the bad CGI too much. But I will say, for the fans and the people who have just been anticipating this movie for a while, I'm pretty sure they're quite aware of what they're getting themselves into with this film. So I don't know, man, I might have to just pull this out anytime I watch a film like this, but I pulled out the Fun Wacky Movie scale once again, and I'm giving Willy's Wonderland a 7.5 out of 10. But on my regular scale, it's probably more of like a 4 out of 10. But we're not getting into that for this one. This movie is just some Friday night fun type of shit. But if they decide to make a sequel, well then, fuck it. I'm back for the nonsense. But there you have it. If you enjoyed the content, you know what to do. Thank you for watching.